Hey guys, it's AAA Reviews here with another review. This is a quick review today. We are looking at the Hasbro Pulse Kenner retro style action figures, and in this box you get two of the retro action figures that normally retail for $10.99. So this one cost £22 and I bought it off of Hasbro Pulse Direct. We'll start with the packaging. It is really cool. It looks like a comic. Looks really smart. It's got that classic, the Uncanny X-Men on the front. We've got Wolverine and of course the Phoenix destroying some Sentinels. That is really smart. A really nice packaging, and I'm going to talk about this today because the packaging on this thing is absolutely awesome. Okay guys, so what do I think of the packaging of this presentation box where the two figures come in? I think it's absolutely awesome. To give you a rough idea of scale and size, this is a comic book up next to it, which is just slightly shorter than a comic book by a few centimeters, and it's about the thickness of a VHS tape, but again a little bit higher than a VHS tape. Inside we get two figures, and all I can say is this card is absolutely on fire. As the card moves, you can see that shimmer and that shine of this foil styled card, backing card, and it is absolutely awesome. On the back we get a detailed description of Jean, which is also foil backed, and we get a nice profile picture of her. So the packaging is absolutely outstanding. Really nice. It really pops. It's got retro comic book style written all over it. The second figure we get also has that same foil effect and is absolutely awesome. They've spent a lot of time on the card design, and this is really cool. It's really nice, really sharp. That sort of collector's card sort of thing where you were a kid and you'd collect cards and you would like the Fleer cards, and you would get that shiny sort of foil effect card, and you'd be, you know, oh, this is really something special. But they've definitely done that here. We get a Wolverine profile card again and a description of Wolverine. So again, it's foiled on the back, which is really nice, at least the back top half, and it's just a really nice card all the way around. Side by side you can see how cool these cards are. If I pick one up, you can see that shimmer and shine no matter what way you turn it. That is absolutely awesome. It is on fire. But if we take a closer look at the actual figure itself, this is where this kind of falls down. There's very little articulation. There is some articulation in the Phoenix's shoulders. There's some articulation in her hips, possibly in her wrists, because I can see those lines there, and again in her feet. Paint job on this one isn't too bad, but the facial expression is nothing to shout out, you know, shout home about. So the figure, I feel if you took this out of the packet and just wanted to display the figure on its own, it really is going to miss being attached to that card. It's all about being attached to that card. I think the minute you detach this, it's just going to lose that fire, that luster. It's just going to be a cheap and small, insignificant figure with very little articulation. Moving on to the Wolverine, he is absolutely, if I could just get that to focus, he is absolutely terrible. I mean, if that is supposed to be an angry face, well, unfortunately it looks like he's doing a number two. One eye is clearly a lot higher than the other. Again, the paint job is nothing terrible, but literally this looks like a cheap sort of action figure that you would get maybe back in the day in the 90s when you used to get free action figures out of cereal packets. Again, take it off the card and you're going to be left very disappointed. In fact, this one's disappointed on the card. As soon as you look at that, you just think, what has gone wrong there? From that to that, it looks nothing alike. This just looks like there's been no effort. Someone's really messed up there, in my opinion. So to summarize, I think the money has been spent on the packaging, not on the figures themselves. They are really not very good. There's no attempt to even put really decent articulation or anything like that in, and I just think it's such a shame. The money's been spent on the card and the presentation of everything, and the actual final product itself just lacks anything special, which is such a shame. And I'm not a massive fan of these figures. I bought these just because I knew these cards were absolutely stunning, but I've never been tempted to buy any of these retro style figures in the shops that you see $10.99. The Iron Man, they've done all different ones now, so it's just something that I would not get into collecting, because the actual figures themselves are really just not very clever. I think artwork and presentation looks great, but as soon as you start looking at the actual figures, they're just not all that clever. So for me, these aren't worth picking up, at least not at full price, maybe half price when they go into sale, but I certainly wouldn't shell out full price for them. I know these have got their fans, but unfortunately AAA Reviews is not a fan of this. Let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, am I being too harsh? Should I expect less for £22? I don't know, but for me, these aren't great at all. So there we are, guys. That is my review of these. I think they're disappointing. I don't think they're worth the money compared to what you can get. It does go to show they spent a lot of money on the packaging, not the figures, and it does go to show that back in the 90s, for the same kind of money, you would have got something a lot more substantial. If you've enjoyed this video review today, don't forget, guys, to hit that like, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. Until next time, good luck searching for that toy gold.